Welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Green Bay Tailgate Show.
I'll tell you what, we are at Stadium View Bar in the zone.
We are in the zone.
We are in the zone. When you come to Lambeau Field, we're in the zone. That's where Stadium View Bar and Grill is at. The intersection of Holmgren Way and Armed Forces Drive. Passing, punting, kicking, and tailgate frenzy.
And you know what?
What?
You have a view of the stadium from where we're
A
at.
stadium view.
A stadium view.
I'll be jigging.
Isn't that something?
Well, each and every week we have a special guest.
Yes.
And I'm going to give a little hint.
All right.
Defense, defense, defense.
Painter.
We'll be right back with more of Mad Dog and Merrill's Green Bay Tailgating Show.
Mad Dog and Merrill's Midwest Grillin' is brought to you by All Natural Golden Plump Chicken, Cherry Delight, and by Crisp Kraut Sauerkraut.
Welcome to Mad Dog and Merrill's Green Bay Tailgate Show. We're at Stadium View right here in beautiful Green Bay, Wisconsin, my friend.
Certainly are. It's a gorgeous day out here today, let me tell you that. We got some wonderful grilling before we bring in defense painter, Christopher.
Yes.
Let's get started right now. I've got a simple empty little pan right there. You can use an 8.5 by 11 inch aluminum drip pan. We're gonna make what we normally would do, our original nice little ribs and kraut.
Okay.
Ribs and kraut, but Severin has a wonderful new product. It's a new product on the market, and this is their Sriracha name brand, and it's actually with chili. So the redness in there is the sauerkraut that's been seasoned with hot chilies. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It puts a whole new aspect to everybody and anything. You go to the meat case, and if they don't have it, ask for it, and you can actually go on to severinproducts.com and learn more. But I'll grab my little ribs, and we have two different types of ribs here. I've got country style ribs, and I've got little racks of ribs here cut into third sections. So I'm gonna take both of those. I'm gonna put my Severin first. Is that gonna mess up the cameraman? It is. We're gonna move these babies.
Oh, we've messed him up before. Why stop now?
We're gonna put the ribs in the bottom this time. And we're gonna do the star. One of the stars of the show is the Severin, and this is that Sriracha. And it's just a wonderful sauerkraut. And it's got red chili peppers throughout the whole thing. And it's so spicy and so delicious. It's just absolutely wonderful. To the top of that, we're gonna add our favorite peppers and onions. So we got peppers and onions, just coarsely done, just for flavor and to snack on at the end. And a good stick of good old Wisconsin butter over the top of that. One of our favorite locally bottled is Sundrop soda. And Sundrop soda is crisp, it's fresh, it's old fashioned as it gets. Locally bottled Sundrop. We're using the diet today, it's your preference. I'm having a glass or two of Sundrop now and then, so I'm using the diet, my favorite. So we're gonna add a whole bunch of Sundrop, and
Oh man, with that, especially with that kraut.
oh, it's gonna be just absolutely
the
delicious.
Kraut is just awesome. It really is. What a great idea. What a great concept for sauerkraut.
So we've actually browned the ribs up to get the flavor of the grill. We've topped everything together. I'm gonna grab some aluminum foil. I'm gonna cover that. You can bring it to the tailgate show without the Sundrop in. To the tailgate without the Sundrop. Bring a Sundrop bottle with you. Pour it in when you get there so the liquids don't spill on the way. And pour the Sundrop in when you get to the tailgate party. Make it at home. Bring it to the party and just set the darn thing on the grill and let it bubble for 45 minutes.
Man.
And when I say bubble, here, look at that. It's just absolutely looking delicious. This is done with regular crisp kraut, but it's just absolutely fantastic. The ribs are falling apart tender, just wonderful, just the way I love them. They got the flavor of the grill, got the beautiful kraut, the peppers, the butter, and the Sundrop soda all blended together, and that looks absolutely delish.
Boy, I'll tell you what,
Delish.
you know, what goes with ribs? Chicken goes with ribs. We're doing some golden plump, boneless chicken thighs. They're great chicken thighs. I've done them on the grill. You grill them about maybe 5 to 6 minutes on each side on a nice medium heat if you like. They come out really nice and juicy. I'm going to be doing a glaze today, and I really like this. You can even use this as a marinade, but we're going to be doing a bourbon chicken today by using good old Jim Beam maple. What I've got here, I'm going to use, you know, did I ever tell you it was a mason jar?
No,
I got a mason jar.
I got in a jam once.
Did you? Well, we got that too. But I got some brown mustard, about a quarter cup. You could use about the same amount all the way through this recipe. I got about a quarter cup of brown mustard. You can use any type of flavored mustard that you like. You use a little bit of the W sauce in there, which is the Worcestershire sauce, the same amount. Good old brown sugar. I know it seems like we use a lot for brown sugar. I can't say enough. It really enhances the flavor for anything. on this. So I'm going to use about, probably about a quarter of a cup of the brown sugar. Let that dissolve in there. A little bit of oil. I like using our olive oil, but you don't have to use, I just use maybe a tablespoon or so, just so we could oil that a little bit. And to start the show, this is Jim Beam maple. It's great. It's got a nice maple flavor to it. This is really good, even chilled in a glass if you like, but here we're using it for the glaze. Just a little bit of that.
That looks delicious.
It is like almost, got some ice cubes, we'll put that in there. But what's great on this is you're just gonna go ahead and put the top on this.
I bet sure I'll move your mustard.
Yeah, I'll make sure I won't get this. But you just shake this up. Shake this up. This will even store in the refrigerator for a good 2 or 3 weeks if you want. You can't even use this as a marinade even for steaks. I could have done this for the chicken, but I'm going to actually just use this for a glaze. And I'm going to basically put it on right now, but there's some flavor on it.
Oh, I bet you that's
Oh
delicious.
man, the smell is just amazing on there. Good old Jim Beam bourbon glaze, the Jim Beam maple.
On the
Life's
chicken
good.
thighs. Boy, that looks really good. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to get started here. Before we meet Christopher, Defense Painter, I'm going to show you a wonderful way to do ribs. And what we did here is I created a brine. I'm going to start out by showing you how to create brines. And I've had some short ribs being brined for 18 hours. I've got one tiny little short rib in there just for show. But here's what we do. Every brine needs a liquid. We're going to use, we're going to pull over here. I'm going to use a little bit of what Merrill used. I could use the Sun Drop if I wanted to. But actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of H2O, a little bit of water, about a couple of good cups of water in there. And I'm going to grab Merrill's Jim Beam.
Oh, hey,
And I'm going to do a Jim Beam. Beautiful brine. So I'm going to take a little Jim Beam in there. And we're going to do sea salt in there. Now sea salt actually going to open up the pores and let some moistures in. So about equal parts of that we would have for the sea salt in there. Give that a good shake in. Now here's what I'm going to add for my flavorizer today. Merrill, when you go to the Kentucky Derby, what do you get?
Oh, I mint julep, man.
So I got some fresh mint, and that's going to be my herbs in my my herbs inside of my brine. So we're going to take the mint and we're going to add that into the brine and just give that a little shake and little solution with the Jim Beam, with the mint in there. We're going to let that go in the refrigerator for about 12 to 18 hours. 12 to 18 hours. It'll actually open up the pores and let the moisture in. But there's one more process.
What's that?
Here is mine right here. Now I actually used a little Capital Brewery.
Okay.
So this is mine in here is a beer brine with basil. But these have been brining now, and you can see that they have a little glisten to them, a little shine, and that's the sodium content that's on the outside, but not necessarily on the inside, because the sodium just opened up the pores and let the moisture in. There's my fresh basil. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to take out the meat product no matter what you're brining. You're going to take the meat product out. You're going to take and you're going to pat it dry.
Okay.
Get rid of the solution on the outside because we want to re-season these a little bit. And I can tell it's got just a little bit of that, like the outside of a pickle.
Yeah.
So we're going to add that going there. Now we're going to take a little bit of our olive oil, hand harvested small batches from Chile, some wonderful grade A olive oil of Mad Dog and Merrill's. And we're just going to simply oil the meat products, whatever it is. These are those little short ribs. And I'm going to glisten those with a little bit of oil. We're going to season them up with Grandma Hazel's.
Ooh, they're going to be good, man.
They're going to be really, really good. The moisture inside that brine just pulls the meat product into it. It's just a phenomenal thing. It really is. And if you've never done brining, it's absolutely wonderful. We got a nice higher heat. We're going to place those on the grill with the oil, with the seasoning, and I'm going to sear them up a little bit, roll them around, then we're going to slow them down a little bit. And Merrill doesn't know it, but he's going to create a little glaze for me coming up with those nice little short ribs. We're going to let those cook a little bit. So we have to get going here so we can meet Christopher, Defense Painter.
You got it, buddy. Well, welcome back to Mad Dog and Merrill's Green Bay Tailgate Show.
We are at Stadium View Bar and Grill and having a great time. You can go to thestadiumview.com, and we have the one, the only fence painter, Christopher. How are you doing there, sir?
Great weather out here in Green Bay, Wisconsin.
What?
Can't wait for the Super Bowl to start, which is going to be Packers.
Packers and who? What do you think's going to be in with the Packers? You can tell us.
I had heard the other day it's going to be Packers in Seattle again, and that would be a wonderful game. It would be a beautiful game out there.
It really would, wouldn't
Yes,
it?
yes,
And
it'd be beautiful.
what do you think about our whole division? How do you think it's going to be a tough division that we're in?
I think it's gonna be
got Chicago, Detroit.
Yeah, Chicago, Detroit. Bruce and I were out in Chicago last year when Aaron threw that ball to number 18 and won the game for us. It was a beautiful win and got us to this, more playoff games, but we didn't win the Super Bowl. But
No, that's all right.
that's
Yeah.
why we're here again this year.
Yep, that's exactly
We
right.
got to
That's
keep on trying.
That's
It's like
right.
riding
That's
a horse.
right.
If
And
you
if
fall
you've ever-
off, keep
Yes.
going.
And if you've ever been to Green Bay, Wisconsin, right on Lombardi Avenue,
Correct.
there's a fence, and it's yellow.
And it's yellow.
Gold.
Yellow.
Gold,
Gold.
Oh,
And there's always a new saying each and every year.
Yes.
And it's done by you.
That's correct. Me and a bunch of partners and artists and stuff get together the day before the home opener game, which is on the 13th of this year, September, and we'll be there all 9 o'clock, paint the new slogan on, and it's gonna be a great time.
I bet it will.
and how long have you been doing this?
This is my 12th season doing the fence.
And what's got you started on it real quick?
Oh, it was an article in the paper. They sold a house back 12 years ago, and that's how I got kickstarted. They're looking for a painter to paint the fence, and this is where I am today with you
And
guys.
you are a handyman by trade. And what's
Yes.
your email address, Christopher?
thepackerfencepainter@gmail.com.
Pretty
That's
simple.
nice and
It's right
easy.
down there on the bottom of the screen. I can see it right now.
Yes.
Good.
Hey, I'll tell you what. We are in Wisconsin, and we love doing Polish sausage.
Oh,
and
I
what
love
better
it.
place to buy Polish sausage than Pulaski, Wisconsin? You know what I'm saying?
It's true. I know where you buy that at.
A little super runs in Pulaski,
You got it.
Wisconsin. So I took some wonderful Polish sausage, and this is just one of the ways we're going to do it. I toss it directly on the grates of the grill,
Oh.
and it's swelling and it's splitting, Christopher, and it's almost it's done right now. Looks
Beautiful.
good. Doesn't it look beautiful?
Excellent. Excellent.
And one of our good friends up in Forestville, Wisconsin is Cherry Delight. Cherry Delight has some great products. One of those is a barbecue sauce. It's a cherry barbecue sauce. So what I do is I scoot those all real in close together, and I just drizzle that nice thick barbecue sauce up and down, and just get a nice little glaze going. And then we take a little bit of crisp kraut, and we sprinkle crisp kraut over the top of that whole works.
Oh,
I know.
that looks good.
And then
Oh.
we got some tomatoes to keep the moisture just to going. Some nice red tomatoes over the top of that, and then we have a little bit of
Little
Minnesota,
onion.
little Viking onions.
Oh,
There you go. But they should be on the bottom, not
right.
on the top.
Well, I didn't put the green and the gold on the top of the
Right,
division
right,
there, but we
right,
should
there you
have.
go.
That's for sure. Now I'm going to have you help us, Christopher.
Okay,
And
all right.
I didn't know if you wanted a paintbrush or if you wanted a knife.
Ooh,
If I
knife.
The knife. No, so take the point in, and we're going to actually go 3/4 of the way through, all the way down.
Okay.
All the way down the
You
whole
got
gosh
it.
darn thing. Yep. Curve around.
Good job,
Oh,
sir.
man, like you've done it before.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
We'll split that baby right
Yep.
open.
Now we
here,
have some of
and
the spicy sauerkraut here. Nice
Okay.
chili
we'll-
sauerkraut.
All right.
good
Severin.
job.
The wonderful SeverinProducts.com. Severin You're doing a wonderful
My
job.
gosh.
Stuff that bee. Has anybody ever told you to stuff it
this is
before,
my-
Painter?
This is my first cooking job. Right
There
there.
you go, sure. Well, hey, get out of the paint business. Well, no, you
Beautiful.
stay with the paint business, just not in the grilling business,
Right,
okay?
exactly.
So we're going to
Beautiful
put those.
job.
We're going to put those, and we'll make several more of them. We'll put those on the grill, indirect method of cooking.
Excellent.
Because we want to slow cook those
Okay.
babies for about 30 minutes.
Okay.
20 to 30 minutes, however long they last, but it should be about 20 to 30 minutes.
Beautiful job.
All right, got a little country style action going over here, sir. Going out to the country. I'm going to do sort of a little sweet and sour type of sauce
Okay.
on this, for on the pork country ribs.
Kind of like a marriage.
Yeah, you got it. So I got some crushed pineapple. I'm going to use a whole container of crushed pineapple.
Oh.
All right. Actually, about 10 ounces or whatever, but I got a good cup of crushed tomatoes.
Wow.
Beautiful.
All right.
Beautiful.
Wow.
And of course, you know how I am with on garlic. You know, and don't you chop your own garlic? Does it look like I'm chopping my own garlic? No, I'm taking it right out of a jar. But I
There you
like it
go.
because it's a little bit more pungent. I've said that before. All right. Some brown sugar. Always use the brown sugar for taste.
Do you know he's used brown sugars the last 2 shows?
I know, it's amazing.
it's terrible.
They call me Sugar is my name.
Yeah.
Sugar is my name. A little hot sauce.
That's going to be good.
All right, and then of course I got to top that with some good old.
If you want any glitter from my face, we'll put some green and
There,
gold on it.
that'll work. That'll work.
Yep.
A little sun-drop soda. And then I'm going to heat this up, and then I'll adjust. We'll tweak it back and forth to see if we have to use any more brown
So you're going
sugar.
to warm that up a little bit for the
Yes,
next
I am.
segment.
Put that on for the next
So do you
segment.
get to go to the games, Christopher?
Yes, I go to the games. Most of the games I go to. Otherwise, I hang out by the, the tent out there and meet a lot of people. And it's
Yeah.
amazing what kind of people come here. Who isn't a Packer fan?
That's true.
Exactly
Oh.
right. Now we were at one of the preseason games. We did a show there, and we saw you and Acme Packer.
Yes.
That Bruce walking down the
Yeah.
aisle together down.
he's
in
my,
fact, right down here, down Armed Forces.
Sure. He's a buddy of mine, great guy, and he's quite.
Did he pay you to say that?
Oh yes,
Yeah.
the check's in the mail.
Yeah.
Man, we've heard
You
that
gotta
one
watch
before.
that with Mr. Acme.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've got a couple more tricks up our sleeves. Meryl's going to get that glaze just to cooking away. We're going to glaze those ribs. We've got a couple other things to do. Our Polish sausage should be done by then from Pulaski, Wisconsin. So we're here at Stadium View Bar and Grill, and we're having a great time here. It's Mad Dog and Meryl's Green Bay tailgate time, and it's the frenzy of tailgating.
You got it,
Yeah.
sir.
Welcome back to Mad Dog and Meryl's Green Bay Tailgate Show. Hey, I'll tell you what, we're proud today to have the Napoleon Travel Cube that we're using for our grill today. And you got to check out the 10-year warranties. It sets up in 10 seconds flat, which is just phenomenal. It's got 2 burners in that little grill for indirect cooking. And I've used it today several times, let me tell you that. Now you can find it at Silica. Silica for your home, with 3 locations in Fond du Lac, Beaver Dam, and Watertown. Now, Silica also offers free assembly on their grills, whichever grills you buy, and they got an extensive amount of them, so you have to check them out. They have knowledge in those grills, and they'll find the grill that suits you, that fits you, and that's what we've been preaching for 34 years. Buy the grill that suits you. So you need to go to Silica, 3 great locations, Fond du Lac, Beaver Dam, and Watertown since 1922. Now, all the stores have grills, appliances, and electronics, but if you head down to Fond du Lac, they also feature furniture and bedding, and you can go online shopping at shopsilica.com. We are with Christopher, the fence painter, and we're having a great time here today.
Boy, the
Yes,
aroma
we are.
is
Oh.
in the air, man.
Yeah,
Does that ever smell
smells-
good around here?
Oh, great smell.
It's unbelievable,
Great.
folks.
Well, it is getting kind of warm.
It is.
Let's do a little zucchini. We finally found the green and gold, and I apologize I haven't had it yet. But we got the green and gold action going now. And Christopher gets the idea. We want wedges done up so we can do some wonderful zucchini on the grill. So he's cutting the wedges up just fine.
Beautiful.
And we're going to take a little bit of olive oil and we're going to drizzle those over the top of those wedges, Christopher,
Yeah.
just to get them a little moist. And I'm going to have you season them with a little bit of our Grilling Magic.
All right,
Now, Grilling
beautiful.
Magic, nice thing about Grilling Magic is it's low in sodium, so you can shake the dickens out of
Yes,
here.
you can,
And
yeah.
it's a garlic pepper blend,
Wow,
and it works
beautiful,
just wonderful.
beautiful.
Now, we're going to set the grill for what? Maybe direct method of cooking, I think, low
Yeah,
direct.
sure.
And we're going to grill the wedges up for maybe 6, 7, 8 minutes.
Okay.
You got it.
And if you
got
want
it.
to take these and roll them in a little Parmesan cheese,
Oh,
Oh, life's
man.
good. Life's
Beautiful.
good.
I'll
Life's
tell
good.
ya.
tasty.
oh man, let's take a little look at them along with our nice, beautiful
Oh, my
Polish.
God, look
So
at
we've
that.
got the Polish with all the toppings over here. We've got the Defense Painters wonderful chili kraut Polish sausage stuff. And look at the green and gold
Oh,
zucchini.
We got
beautiful,
good to go.
Isn't that
beautiful.
wonderful stuff?
Now we got a little country style action
Oh,
over
that's
here.
right.
The
Switch
country
way over
style
there.
ribs. I used some crushed pineapple, some crushed tomatoes, and a little brown sugar action. Mix this all together. Remember, use the old taste method. What do you use for a taster? This little finger right here. Go in there. That was just right. Add a little bit more brown sugar when nobody was looking. That's it. Base this on. You want to put the sauce on about the last 15, 20 minutes of grilling.
That looks delicious.
We got her, man.
Beautiful.
Man,
looking
now do you
great.
There you
turn
go.
those and baste them too?
Yes, I did. I already did.
You
Did you
that
really? I was
just-
watching. I was
Watch
over here
this.
messing
Watch
with my-
these, man.
Here we go
See?
again.
Oh.
See, I already did that.
That's
See,
more
look
work
at
than
that.
you've been doing
Look at
34
that, getting those
years,
grill
Christopher.
marks on there.
You
Oh,
don't even need a steak knife.
there you go.
Falls off the
Life-
bone.
Well,
Life's good, baby.
Christopher, as always, with all our guests, we do present a nice little package. We have our olive oil in there and some of our wonderful products.
Beautiful. Thank you.
You bet. You can find
Thank
those
you.
at about 2,000 locations around this big state of Wisconsin. So yeah, this is a little gift
Thank
for
you. Thank you, guys.
We'll be
Hey,
right back
thank
to
you
wrap
so
this
much.
puppy up in just a moment or two at Stadium View Bar and Grill at the intersection of Holgram and Armed Forces Drive. See you here. Well, it's Mad Dog and Meryl's Green Bay tailgating. And I'll tell you what, we've got Lambeau Field down the road. We've got Stadium View behind us. We've got some guests watching us today. We've got Christopher, our special co-host here today.
Right.
And we do appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you
You're
for
welcome.
stopping
You're
by and
welcome.
everything
You're welcome.
for it.
You're
You know,
welcome.
you bet.
You're welcome.
So what do you think of the Packer fans?
The Packer fans are the best in the world. I'll tell you right now, there's no fighting here. Everything is clean. We always We get a free beer once in a while. We walk around.
You bet.
And,
Yeah.
and we do drink them. And we have a great time. It's, we wait for the final score and check our numbers and hopefully win 20
There
bucks.
you
There
go.
you
Well,
go.
it's good, everybody.
Have a great one. Happy tailgating,
Happy
folks,
grilling,
from
everybody.
Green Bay tailgating. We'll see you. Mad Dog and Merrill.